a beginner handstand tutorial. So we're going to do a wrist warm up. Each joint mobility exercise we'll do for 10, and I'm assuming that you would have done a little bit of cardio and maybe some other basic joint mobility before getting started. 9, 10, and elbows, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, other way, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and shoulder rolls, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and other way, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arm circles. This will be better done standing up, but I'm kneeling down for the frame of the video. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to do cat and cow. So that's belly down and gently raising the gaze and round. And we can bring some leaning into that. Maybe number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, now we're going to do some drills. So I'm going to explain them as we go. So if you already know them, then just do your sets while I'm talking, and if it's new to you, then we're going to do a lower amount while I explain. So we're going to do elbow rotations, forward and back, for probably 10, 15, 20, or even I do 30. So we're rolling extreme forward and extreme back, and bringing our elbows to a point here. So we'll do a few together, and everyone at home, take the time you need to do your set. Hey Marty! 99, 100, amazing. Okay, next we're going to do the palm raise. So from the side, it'll look like this. You can launch into your set. I do 30, but 10 is a good place to start. And notice how I'm actually not raising up. This is just a nice gentle raise here, and I'm maintaining the point of my elbow to the front. And the closer you bring your knees, the less weight you're going to have, so that will be easier. Or maybe back here if you're feeling like it's not too heavy. Nice and smooth and controlled. No jumping and not too fast. 97, 98, 99, 100. Jokes, 30 is plenty. Okay, now we're going to do transfers side to side. So I'm in this knee push-up position, and I'm going to be transferring like this. So you could tap each shoulder 15 times. If you require further explanation, it looks like this. I transfer my chest above my hand and tap. And tap. So we're hopefully feeling some activation on the outside edge of the shoulder. So 10 on each side would be a good starting point. And next we're doing push-up plus, so same knee push-up position. as much of a push-up as you want, and then the plus part. So from the side it might be helpful to see, small amount push-up, once I reach the top I'm pressing up. So 10, 15 is probably a good number for these. When you're pushing up like that, it feels as if the chest is pressing back, but hopefully this movement will actually be originated by the shoulder pressing forward. So it's an exercise for these muscles here in your shoulder. So let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now this is the only prop you're going to need besides a wall is a book or a yoga block. So from side profile, this is what it looks like that we're going to be doing. If you're familiar with this, then go ahead for 5 or 10. The explanation will be that we, so broaden across the chest, sit up nice, and we're going to raise the arms as much as we can, slowly, carefully, while keeping the ribs and upper abs knitted down. Notice that I'm not arching at all, I'm staying knitted down here, across here. And then you reach a point where you can't lift anymore, then we're going to push and try to go further, maintaining this here. So this would be our handstand position. Looking through the eyebrows at the hands. And pressing up the hands. Okay, so 5 would be a good number for those. And now I'm just going to talk about the handstand posture, but lying down. So I'll talk it through and then I'll give the verbal cues for you to try that as well. If you know your handstand posture lying down, then go ahead and do some endurance holds, maybe 3 times 10 seconds or 20 seconds. So I'm imagining that I'm doing a handstand, except I'm horizontal. So my belly button is gently pulling to my spine. Not a clench, just like a firm hold. I'm knitting my ribs in place. Extending the shoulders, lifting just a smidge so the tops of my shoulders are off, but my upper back is still resting. Then I squeeze my legs together. There is a slight pelvic tilt, like I'm rolling a marble from my belly button upwards. And maybe for an advanced stage you can lift your feet a little bit. But if your feet are on the ground for now, then just squeezing your legs together and pointing your toes. And imagine you're doing a handstand, so you could look through your eyebrows at your hands in this position. Okay, so I'll go through those verbal cues if you want to lie down and try. So lying down, arms by your ears, gently but firmly, belly button to spine, knit the ribs down, raise the upper back or just the tops of the shoulders off the ground so that your upper core is really engaged. Press your shoulders, lengthen them like you're pushing your hands up, up and away. Firm your butt, squeeze your legs together and point your toes. And give yourself a little challenge to hold that for maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and I'd say repeat maybe 3 times. Cool, so moving on from there, we're going to do the tuck and drag. This is really good for a tuck handstand and also for your ab control and your lower abdominals. So we're going to lie down. Imagine that we're going up to a tuck handstand. So we're going to drag the feet along slowly and carefully. And then pull the knees to the chest. You could do a slight butt lift maybe. The slight butt lift there will really be utilising your TVA. So this, if I was on my hands, this would be a tuck handstand. See, I'm in a little tuck position. And then sliding out, which is really hard on this yoga mat. So socks and carpet would be better than a yoga mat right now. So that's the tuck. I would suggest 5. It's a good warm up for just getting your body ready for handstanding. Now we're going to do pike raise with the legs. So straight legs, raising up and lowering down. If it's really too hard, you can have your arms at your side. Get a little bit of extra help. If it's still really too hard, you could do this. So 5 or 10, it's really up to you to find the right amount of reps that challenges you but doesn't tire you out too much. Okay, now we're going to talk about shoulder position over the hands for your handstand. So when you're balancing on your hands, your shoulders should be roughly over your knuckles, and then the rest of your body stacked up from there. So if it goes a bit wrong and your shoulders go too far forward, you'll need to dig your hands into the ground to press yourself back. If you go too far this way, it's pretty hard to recover, but generally it's about sucking the stomach to try to recover that way. But anyway, we're going to use the hands to control where the shoulders are above the knuckles. And your hands should be really gripping the ground, so if the fingers pop a little bit, that's totally fine. You could imagine that you're holding a soccer ball or a basketball with one hand. It'll be quite hard to grip. And if you're wondering about your hand positioning, you can go hand on hand, elbow down, send it out, drag it back, and hope that will be approximately your shoulder width, which will be perfect for your handstand. So for this exercise, we can just lean and press back. And later on, we can do this in a handstand for shoulder conditioning in a later video. It's a bit more advanced. Cool. Next we're going to move on to getting confidence, putting weight in our hands. So this is like a little baby kick. So we're just going to kick like that. So my weight's going on my hands, my fingers are pushing to control my shoulder position. So just notice that one leg is my up leg and one is my leg that I'm leaving the ground with. So my up leg stays up and my ground leg stays my ground leg. No swapping. Unless you want to do the other side, in which case, still no swapping. My legs keep their job. So you could do 10 each side. It's probably quite a good flexibility exercise as well. So if this was a nice little handstand workout, next I would say do some handstand endurance. So that would be kicking up back to the wall if you're comfortable with that, or if you have a buddy who can spot you. So like maybe 20 seconds, 3 times, building up to 30 seconds, 3 times. I'm not going to demonstrate that, but I will show you another exercise that is really great for building up your shoulder strength and your endurance, is belly to the wall handstand. So I've got this wall here. I recommend plenty of space unless you feel really confident. So I'm going to put my feet up the wall. Even right here, it's going to be a really good ab workout, and also I can think about my body positioning. You'll notice I'm sort of curved a bit, so this is more helpful than if my back is to the wall and I'm arching, because this is not going to really be helpful for your handstand, whereas this is more your handstand shape. And so you could do endurance holds here, like 20 seconds times 3. If you're feeling confident, then you can walk your hands closer, maybe with a buddy to spot you if you need it. And then eventually we're going to walk all the way to the wall and hold our handstand here. So you just want to work up to that slowly. A little bit often will be much better. For example, 20 minutes, 3 or 4 times a week is much better than 1 or 2 hours once a week. Okay,